We're joined now by JNS Jerusalem Bureau Chief Alex Traiman. Alex, always a pleasure to have you. So the iron is far from hot, we're seeing. This is Trump's own peace plan, and it was given over in January, and now the US administration saying slow down. So what's happened? Well,
July 1st is not the deadline for the implementation of sovereignty over 30% of Judea and Samaria. Rather, July 1st is the first day that Benjamin Netanyahu's coalition agreement allows Netanyahu to bring the issue for a vote either in the government or in the Knesset. But work on the actual mapping has not been fully completed, and both the Netanyahu administration and the U.S. administration are working strategically and also methodically before they will allow Israel to apply its sovereignty, and that's something that will most likely happen at the earliest in the coming weeks, and it could even take still several months.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, if Israel has to wait for the United States to be ready, and all while the Trump White House is playing it safe ahead of elections, how long could this annexation timeline actually be?
Well, I think that both the administrations are working very well together to iron out some of the finer details. Again, there's a mapping process that needs to take place and needs to be approved. I don't think that either side is stalling the process, rather, but from what I understand, both sides are moving methodically towards the implementation of Israeli sovereignty. I think that at the very least it will take several weeks, and it could take up to several months, but there is a push in both places to get this done before the November U.S. elections.
Now, it looks at least like Netanyahu is deferring to Trump and his team, which is unusual, isn't it? In previous negotiations, the U.S. usually lets Israel take the lead. So what's different now?
Well, the mapping process is actually being led by Israel. So it's the Netanyahu administration that is drawing the specific lines around Jewish settlements in Judea and Samaria, which also includes 15 enclaves, which are isolated Jewish settlements that would be otherwise surrounded by Palestinian territory should the Trump peace plan be implemented in full with the creation of a Palestinian state. So you're talking about what could wind up being borders later on. So it's a very, very careful mapping process, and there are a lot of considerations that are taken.
Certainly very delicate. Alex, thank you for that insight.